Your friend asks you, "What are you doing this weekend?" Do you say, "I will visit my parents," or "I am going to visit my parents"? Both sentences are about the future, but they tell a different story. One is a solid plan that you made before, the conversation. The other is a new decision you made in that exact moment. Choosing the right one is a key to sounding natural when you talk about the future in English. This is a challenge that confuses many learners. But what if I told you the secret is not about complex rules, but about understanding the difference between a plan and a spontaneous moment? Today, we are going to make that choice simple. Welcome back to our series, English Grammar Unlocked. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are traveling into the future to master the difference between will and going to. In this episode, we will turn this grammar puzzle into a fun story about planning a party. First, we will join two friends, Sarah and Ben, to see how their plans and spontaneous decisions reveal the hidden rules. Second, we will master 10 essential vocabulary words about plans and predictions. And finally, for our language focus, we will break down the specific job of will and going to, so you know exactly which one to choose. Part 1. The Master Plan. Be going to. Our story begins with two good friends, Sarah and Ben. Their best friend Maria has a birthday next Saturday. Sarah and Ben want to throw a surprise party for her. It's important to know that they made this decision last week. The plan already exists. Today, they are meeting to organize the details. Sarah pulls out a notebook and a pen. "Okay," she says. "Let's review the master plan. I already talked to my mom. I am going to bake Maria's favorite chocolate cake on Saturday morning." Let's pause, right here. Sarah says, "I am going to bake the cake." She uses be going to. Why? Because this is a prior plan. It is an intention that she had before this conversation started. She has already thought about it. The decision is already made. This is the first and most important job of be going to talk about future plans and intentions that were decided before the moment of speaking. Ben looks at the list and says, "Perfect. As we discussed, I am going to buy all the snacks and drinks. My brother has a car, so he is going to help me carry everything." Again, Ben uses be going to because this was part of their original plan. Sarah smiles. "Great. And I confirmed with Maria's sister. She is going to bring Maria to my apartment at exactly 7 o'clock. She told Maria that they are going to see a movie, so it will be a perfect surprise. These are all pre-existing arrangements." Now let's look at another important job of be going to. Sarah suddenly looks out the window of the cafe. The sky is getting very dark. She sees big gray clouds moving in quickly. She says to Ben, "Wow, look at the sky. It is going to rain soon. We should probably stay inside for a while." Why did she use be going to here? Because she is making a prediction based on present evidence. She can see the dark clouds. The evidence is right in front of her. When you have a clear sign or evidence that something is about to happen, you use be going to. For example, if you see a person running very fast towards a bus, you can say, "He is going to miss the bus." You have evidence. Part 2. Spontaneous moments. Will. Let's continue with our story. Sarah and Ben are finalizing their plan. They are feeling good about their arrangements. Suddenly, Sarah's phone, which is on the table, starts to ring loudly. Ben looks at it and says without thinking, Oh, your phone is ringing. I'll get it for you. Let's pause again. This is a very important moment. Ben said, I'll get it. He used will. Why? Because this was a spontaneous decision made at the moment of speaking. He did not have a prior plan to answer Sarah's phone. He heard the ring, and in that instant, he made a decision. This is the first and most important job of will. Here's another example. You are at a restaurant with a friend. The friend is looking at the menu and says, I don't know what to have. You look at the menu for 1 second and say, I think I'll have the pizza. This is a spontaneous decision. Now, let's look at the other jobs of will. Sarah is starting to look a little worried. This is a lot of work to do on Saturday, she says. Ben, wanting to be a good friend, replies, Don't worry. That looks like a long list. I'll help you with the decorations. This is an offer. When you offer to help someone, you use will. Those bags look heavy. I'll carry one for you. Sarah smiles, feeling better. Thanks, Ben. I just want everything to be perfect. Ben says, It will be, and I promise I will not be late on Saturday. I will be there at 5 o'clock to help you. This is a promise. When you make a promise about the future, you use will. Will not is often contracted to won't. I won't forget. Finally, let's look at the last job of will. Ben thinks about the party and says, I think Maria will be so surprised. She will love the cake you're making. It will probably be the best birthday she has ever had. This is a general prediction, based on opinion or belief. Ben doesn't have strong evidence like the dark clouds for rain. This is just his feeling, his opinion about the future. We often use will for this kind of prediction with phrases like, I think, I believe, I'm sure, and probably. Part 3. The party. Putting it all together, it's now Saturday, the day of the party. Let's see how Sarah and Ben use both will and going to in their final preparations. Sarah is in her kitchen looking at her list. She thinks to herself, Okay, the cake is finished. I am going to put the snacks in the bowls now. That was the plan. Prior plan. Ben arrives. He sees Sarah trying to hang a big happy birthday sign. She can't reach. Ben says, That looks difficult. Here, I'll hold that. Side for you. Offer. Suddenly, the power goes out. The room is dark. Sarah says, Oh no! What happened? Ben, making a quick decision, says, I don't know, but I'll go and find some candles. Spontaneous decision. Sarah looks at the dark clouds outside. I knew it, she says. It is going to storm badly. Prediction with evidence. Ben finds the candles and says, Don't worry, I'm sure the power will come back on soon. General prediction. This conversation perfectly shows how the two forms work together. We use be going to for the plans we made before, and we use will for the decisions, offers, and predictions we make in the moment. Part 4. Language focus. Now, let's move on to our language focus. First, our 10 essential vocabulary words for today's lesson. Our first word is future. The future is the time that is still to come. For example, today we are learning how to talk about the future in English. Another example is, nobody knows what will happen in the future. Our second word is plan. A plan is a set of decisions about how to do something in the future. For example, Sarah and Ben made a detailed plan for the party. Another example is, my plan is to graduate next year. Our third word is intention. An intention is something that you want and plan to do. For example, we use be going to talk about our future intentions. Another example is, I have no intention of quitting my job. Next, we have prediction. A prediction is a statement about what you think will happen in the future. For example, his prediction is that the team will win the game. Another example is, the weather prediction was for a sunny day. Our fifth word is spontaneous. Spontaneous means happening or done in a sudden way without any planning. For example, we use will for spontaneous decisions. Another example is, it was a spontaneous trip. We just decided to go this morning. The sixth word is decision. A decision is a choice that you make about something after thinking about it. For example, he made a quick decision to help his friend. Another example is, that was a very difficult decision to make. Our seventh word is promise. A promise is a statement you make to a person that you will definitely do something. For example, Ben made a promise that he would not be late. Another example is, you should never break a promise. Next, we have offer. An offer is an act of asking if someone would like to have something, or if you can do something for them. For example, I'll help you is a very common offer. Another example is, thank you for your kind offer of help. Our ninth word is evidence. Evidence is the set of facts or signs that make you believe that something is true. For example, we use be going to for predictions when we have clear evidence. Another example is, the police are looking for evidence. And our final word is to arrange. To arrange means to plan, prepare for, or organize something. For example, Sarah and Ben arranged to have a surprise party. Another example is, I need to arrange a meeting with my boss. Now for our grammar focus, future tenses, will versus be going to. Let's make a very clear comparison chart. First, be going to. It has two main jobs. Job 1, prior plans and intentions. These are plans you made before speaking. I am going to travel to Japan next year. Job 2, predictions with present evidence. You can see something that makes you sure about the future. Look at the time. We are going to be late. Second, will. It has four main jobs. Job 1, spontaneous decisions. You decide at the moment of speaking. The phone is ringing. I'll get it. Job 2, offers. I'll help you with those bags. Job 3, promises. I will always be your friend. Job 4, general predictions. These are based on your opinion. I think you will enjoy this movie. Also, remember the contractions. I will becomes I'll. Will not becomes won't. Part 5. Practice tips for the 4 skills. Now, how can you practice talking about the future? For listening, watch a short, unscripted conversation on YouTube, maybe an interview or a vlog between 2 friends. Listen carefully for how they talk about the future. Can you hear the difference between their plans, going to, and their spontaneous thoughts, will? For speaking, this is a fun exercise with your AI tutor. First, tell your AI your real plans for tomorrow using be going to. Then, Ask your AI to role-play a situation where it presents a problem, and you have to make a spontaneous decision using will. For example, the AI says, "Oh no, we have no milk for our coffee." And you reply, "Don't worry, I'll go to the store right now." For reading, find two different kinds of texts. First, read a weather forecast in English. It often uses be going. 2 for predictions with evidence. It is going to be sunny this afternoon. Then, read your horoscope in English. It often uses will for general predictions. You will meet an interesting person this week. And for writing, use your journal. Write 2 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, write about your real, definite plans for next month using be going. 2. In the second paragraph, write about your hopes and predictions for your life in 10 years using will. Part 6. Your next action. The future is an exciting place, and now you have the right grammar to talk about it with precision and naturalness. You can confidently share your solid plans and your spontaneous ideas, your promises and your predictions. This will make your English conversations much more dynamic. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. First, we followed the story of Sarah and Ben's party planning. We learned that be going to is for plans you made before you speak, and will is for decisions you make while you speak. We also learned 10 essential vocabulary words. As a review, those words were future, plan, intention, prediction, spontaneous, decision, promise, offer, evidence, and to arrange. Now, I have a final question for you. What is one thing you are going to do this weekend? It should be a real plan. Let's practice using be going to in the comments section below. If you are committed to making this lesson a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who is always planning for the future. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you don't miss our next grammar mystery. Remember, you now have the tools to talk about the future with confidence. Until next time, take care and happy learning.